right, if you're with us online, go and start to get your space set up, get equipment ready if you need. You need a dumbbell today and a mat, and we're about to get started here in the next 30 seconds. See you soon. Oh, and we can also, we can do 3 rows too. So we can do 3 rows of 6 or 7. That always works out. Hey, welcome to Build. Glad to have you back. Hope you're feeling all right. If this is your first time here, a little bit about the format of the class today. I'll go over all the movements before we get started, so don't worry too much about what we're doing yet, as well as the equipment that we need. If you don't have them, I'll give you some alternatives of movements that you can do. So in this class, we'll do a 6-minute warm-up to start, and then we'll jump right into the workout. And the workout format of this class is we have 8 movements total. Each one we'll do for 45 seconds, and we'll go one right into the next, no rest in between each movement, okay? Then once we get through all 8 movements, you have a 1-minute rest period. That's 1 round done, and then we'll move on to round 2, okay? And we have 4 rounds in this class, and at the end, we'll do a 10-minute cool-down stretch routine and send you on your way. Like I said, today you'll need dumbbell and a mat. First movement that we have is going to be straight overhead press, okay? So we're all braced, right? I can just tell. I can just see it. I can see that brace posture. See it at home, too. So we're in that strong brace posture, okay? So pelvic floor up and in. That core is engaged, almost like tightening a corset. Shoulder blades are going to be back and down. So when we have shoulder press, we don't necessarily need to pull way back as we go up. We can be in this comfortable stance, but we have our shoulder blades back and down, okay? They're not dropping here for that press. And we're just going to press straight up and overhead, okay? Keeping those shoulder blades back and down, and then as you bring it back down, control it, and then you're going to go right back up. As you get tired, feel free to start with just regular shoulder press, both at the same time. As you get tired, you can alternate, okay? And or if you get too tired with the alternation, you can do the curl to press if you want to switch it up a little bit within that movement. If you are at home and you don't have those dumbbells, you're going to be doing that downward dog, either hold or press. So remembering, bend in those knees. You're going to be here, shoulder blades are back in and holding that weight, and you're either holding this position, or you can dip your head all the way down to the floor and press yourself back up for that shoulder press, okay? Next one we have is going to be bent over row, so we're coming back to this one, okay, working with it a bit. Again, you have the freedom of a high row or a low row. Remember that hip hinge, drop that chest down. Weights even on those feet, left to right, front to back. Pay attention to that, knees in line with the toes. Staying in that brace position. When we're doing a low row, remember, elbows come back and up. Squeeze those scapula together. Flex those lats. If you're doing a high row, remember you're coming up, elbows high and wide. Tension through that upper back, through those traps, through those rhomboids in that scapular area, all right? If you're at home, you're going to do those T squeezes, okay? So you're in that same position, and if you don't have weight, obviously, but thumbs will be up. You're going to come up and you're going to squeeze, okay? You're going to come back down, you're going to go right back up into that squeeze. Basically a variation of the high row. With the extension of the arms, you have a little bit more difficulty without that weight. Next one we're going into is the goblet squats. So remembering, dumbbell supporting it, bars here, tops here. You're just in that position. Hips back and down, but don't let that weight shift all the way back to those heels. Weight stays even on the feet, knees align with the toes, all those same things we've talked about. And think hips move first, not knees move first, okay? So we always like to say up here, when in doubt, hips out. It's the HR version. When in doubt, stick your butt out. That's usually what we say. But think right when you go down, push those hips back as you go down to get into that position, okay? Pay attention to where that weight displacement is on the feet. We don't want those heels coming up, don't want those toes lifting up. If you're at home, you can just do regular air squats without that weight, okay? Or you can make them plyometric and add a jump at the top. Totally up to you. Next one we're going into is the Romanian deadlifts. So we got a lot of hinge movements today. But remembering the big thing here, those glutes are engaged as we press those hips back as we drop that chest. Shoulder blades are staying back and down as we hold that weight. And we pull up, squeezing those glutes, contracting them in the top, pushing those hips forward into that position. If you're at home, feel free just to practice that movement. You can do isometric contractions at the top, okay, and just work on keeping that glute activation through that full range of motion. If you want, grab like 5 books and hold on to it, and that'll give you a little bit of weight. Next one we have is overhead alternating lunges. Overhead is optional, okay? When you're going overhead, remember, keep those shoulder blades back and down. You can do, if you want, a single arm or 2-arm hold. You can also drop it down. Really, with alternating lunges, you can make them whatever you're comfortable with and whatever you want to work on. You can hold them on one side, 1 weight, 2 weights. You can do no weight. Up to you where you need. So a lot of times with alternating lunges, you can make that a rest, a little bit of a rest recovery movement, or you can make it active work. Up to you here. At home, if you don't have any weights, feel free just to do regular, or you can make them plyometric and make those jump lunges, all right? Next one we have is that animal pose hold. Let's go through and do this one together, because sometimes the form can break down, and we haven't done it. Well, if you're in pump, you did it yesterday, but we haven't done a build for a minute. So hands, knees, and feet are all in line, okay? If you're finding you're rounding those shoulders forward, pull those shoulder blades back and down. Keep that strong scapular upper back position, okay? And core up and in, it's engaged. And what we're gonna do is just lift those knees about 1, maybe 2 inches off the ground, okay? So you're gonna have your toes wrapped under you. You don't want those toes pointed, okay? And you're just gonna hold that position, okay? When you're tired, you can drop down, you can take a rest, and you can come back up. Really pay attention to how it feels. Keep that natural curve in that low back. As we get tired, we tend to round that low back. We tend to extend the feet further away from us. Try to keep those knees at that 90 degrees, okay? Always pay attention to that form. We want to make it quality. Doesn't matter if you get 1 or up for 5 seconds or 50. You're overachieving. We only do it for 45. But make sure that it's good, okay? There's no problems with taking breaks, settling it down for a round, missing a movement. Take breaks, good quality, because you can do movements and not get a lot out of them. So make sure you're doing them right so you can actually get some increase in that fitness level with those movements, okay? And then the next movement we have is going to be a boat pose hold. We'll do this one together too, because this is one that can break down sometimes. So remember in here, you can just start up in a full seated position as much as possible. Keep that low back pulled in, okay? Shoulder blades back and down. All we're doing is we're just coming back, keeping that neutral position. That low back is pulled in. It's still keeping that neutral curve. Shoulder blades are back and down, okay? And we're holding this position. You can have the feet on the ground, or if you want, you can lean back further and you can try to extend them or lift them. Totally up to you. That'll increase that intensity a lot. And if you want to make it more difficult without the lift, go from here and then just bring your arms back here. That's going to change where that weight distribution is. Okay, when your weight's forward, it's helping to counterbalance you. If you get rid of the arms, that can increase that difficulty without trying to lift those legs. Biggest thing, don't round that low back. As we get tired, we stop paying attention to that movement, and it slowly goes a little bit more. And then by the end of the round, you can be like this. So we want to really make sure we pull that in. You can almost feel that roll on the hips. So if you try rounded and pull it in, try that little movement and just feel where those hips feel. You can feel that transition of where the weight is on the hips, on the glutes when you do those two, okay? So really be sure to keep that pulled in. And then the last movement we have is going to be those controlled rolls, which you've done quite a bit. But remember, keep that chin tucked. No concussions today, all right? So we roll back up onto the shoulder. We're going to come up, try to maintain that control, pull that low back in at the top. The same thing, just like that boat pose, we're basically coming up into that position, then rolling right down. On the rolls, you're trying to make them as smooth as possible, okay? Doesn't matter how fast, doesn't matter how far, just make them smooth and then hold that control at the top. If you need to, as you get tired, you can grab onto the legs or you can let your feet touch the ground. Okay, those are different ways you can change that up. Any questions on any of those movements? All right, let's do it. Yee. All right, starting with those jumping jacks. Engage that core. Remember, we're only starting at about 40% here. We're not really pushing it. If you want to minimize that impact to start so you're warmed up, you can be right here. That's totally fine. If you're close to your neighbor, you can always stagger. I've had to do that before. Or you can do air high fives the whole time. Air squats. So remember, hips back and down, knees in line with those toes. Don't let that weight shift. Nice job. Stay braced. Work on getting to that end range of motion. but don't let those hips roll down. Stop where you start to feel that resistance in those hamstrings and breathe into it a little bit. Work on increasing that mobility passively, not forcing it. Marches. Drive those knees. Remember, try not to let the torso move a lot here. Stay controlled and use that core to drive that knee up. Don't lose that brace here. Lunges, so we're alternating. Keep that knee in line with that toe. Keep those glutes engaged here. Big thing, we do not want that glute to shut off. Weight even on that front leg. We're braced, don't let that torso, shoulders collapse. Nice. Arm circles. Full range of motion, really reaching. Remember, we don't want the torso overly twisting. Torso's gonna stay straight. Warming up those shoulders. Reverse. We're still braced, don't lose that bracing. Inchworms into those push-ups. Remember, this is warm-up, so you don't have to do a full push-up. Maybe do a modified or a kneeling or a lay-down push-up. But keep that form right, tension through that chest. Try not to round that low back, bend those knees to get into that position. Breathe through that stretch for a few seconds. Jumping jacks. Round two. We're starting to pick up that tempo. About 60, maybe 65%. Just getting that body ready to work. Stay braced. Air squats. We're just picking up that tempo a little bit. Still keeping that same amount of control though. Just because we pick up intensity doesn't mean we forget about form and quality. If you hit a certain speed, you can't go quicker than without breaking down form. Don't go that fast, slow it down. Marches. We're braced and using that core, drive that knee up. Lunges, alternating. If you ever feel a lot of tension in the front of that knee stepping forward, try stepping backwards. Help alleviate some of that pressure, tension. If you feel good here, you can really hold that control, that balance. Feel free to add a twist in the direction, that knee in front. But remember, that twist is slow, it's controlled, and we're staying braced through that twist. It's almost like a twist and stretch. Arm circles. Full range of motion. Reverse. Inchworms into those push-ups. Tension through the chest on the push-up. Not the shoulders, not the tricep. Chest is the main mover. Shoulder blades back and down. Tension stays in that chest, top to bottom. Take a break. 1 minute. And we're starting to work out those overhead presses. Get all the groceries you needed yesterday? Nice. Remember, this first round is like your last warm-up round. So if you have a working with weight for each of these movements, maybe do what's just under that, okay? We're not fully pushing. This last round's about 90%. Round 2 is when we're going all out. 20 seconds and we're working. If you're at home, you can do that downward dog hold or press if you don't have weight. And then 5, 3, 2, 1 with those shoulder presses. So we're braced, shoulder blades are backing down. Powering up. If you're never sure if you're fully braced, if you lost it, feel free to restart. Squeeze those glutes, up and in, core strong. Shoulder blades backing down. As you get tired, you can alternate or that bicep curl to press. Bent over rows. So weight's just coming down, pressing those hips back, dropping down. High row or that low row. Try to get that chest to vertical. You can see yourself in the mirror, but don't round the low back to get to it. Keep that tension through the back on the way up, and it stays in the back on the way down. It doesn't release at the bottom. Here you're doing those T squeezes at home if you don't have weight. Thumbs up and lifting out high and wide. Goblet squats. What weight do you want to start with here? Glutes active, full range of motion. Don't let those glutes shut off. They're engaged at the top. They're engaged at the bottom. You're braced. Remember, hips sitting back and down. We don't want to hinge and then just drop the chest. That's more of that Romanian deadlift. Just sit back and down. RDLs. Remember in here, hip hinging back and down. Feel that squeeze. The glutes are engaged. That's what we're working here. Lift up, press those hips forward, squeeze those glutes. Shoulder blades backing down, and we're back down. If you have a hard time keeping your glutes engaged, think of twisting your feet out. Plant them and almost twist them out. It's gonna turn the knees out a little bit, activate the outside of those glutes. Don't round that low back. Overhead lunges. Remember that overhead is optional. You don't need to have it. Up to you. Glute though, pay attention to that glute. We're braced, we're in control. Shoulder blades are backing down. Weight's on that front leg. And that glute is active. Nice job. Don't let that heel come up. Don't let those toes come up. Don't lose that bracing. Animal pose. Hands, knees, and feet all in line. Knee, remember, shoulder blades backing down. Keep that locked in. Don't round them forward. Knees directly under those hips. You want to be in this position, don't extend them really far back behind. Bring it up and underneath. As you get tired, if you need to drop those knees, you can extend the hands up, put more weight on the hands. If your legs are getting overly tired. So you got it, we got it. Boat pose. Flipping over, we're down. Remember that low back. Don't lose that curve here. Shoulder blades backing down, natural curve in that low back. Leaning back. Remember that the floor is up and in, that core is engaged, those shoulder blades are backing down. Remember, if you need to ease up a little bit, ease up. You don't have to be all the way out. Keep that good form. Controlled rolls. Remember, making the rolls smooth, and then pull that low back in up at the top for basically a boat pose, but try not to let those feet touch the ground if you can. Think of control, smooth roll, control, and then strong boat pose at the top. Nice. Don't lose that bracing. Don't lose that control. Pay attention. Are you leading with the same side every time? Make it even. Don't shift that weight to one side. Take a break. Nice. You know those movements. You know what's coming. You felt it out. Adjust that weight if you need. Let's get ready for round two.
Give me some of that, everybody.
Bent over rows. Remember, you find yourself as you're getting tired coming up and up, lower that weight, but try drop that torso. That back is engaged. Full range of motion, it's not resting. Goblet squats. Remember, if you're having a hard time with those glutes, Twist those feet out, roll, twist those legs out. Can help to keep those glutes on. We're not going for speed. We're going for time under tension. Don't let those legs or glutes rest at the top. Keep them activated. We're still braced. Nice. RDLs. Woo. You can do that same thing. You can twist those feet and legs out. Help you activate those glutes a little more. If you want to work on that forearm strength, instead of a lax grip, roll them up and in. Help you a little bit more work. Working those glutes here. Pay attention to those glutes. Lunges, optional overhead here. Shoulder blades back and down. Make that glute work. Don't let it shut off. Don't lose that. If you ever feel like you lost power, you probably lost that bracing. Switch animal pose. The favorite, right? The quad burn. Shoulder blades back and down before you lift yourself up. Keep that center of those shoulder blades pulled in, activated, and then you're up. Sink into that beat. You got this. We're braced, those glutes are active, that core is active. Switch, boat pose. Always check that low back's pulled in, shoulder blades back and down, that chest is up. Pay attention, are you shifting your side to the right? Is your right side stronger than your left? Keep it even. And it doesn't matter if you're here, 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 or here. You keep that good form. Pelvic floor up and in, core is engaged, shoulder blades back and down. That chest is up. Controlled rolls. Smooth rolls. Coming up into that controlled boat pose. Good job. Don't lose that pelvic floor and that core up and in and strong. Let's go, don't lose that squeeze. Pay attention, are you rolling to your right every time? Keep it even. Take a break. Woo! Core is gonna be nice and tired. Solid stuff, yos. Scale how you're feeling, pay attention. Did you push it a little too hard that round? Do you feel good? You feel good enough today that you can push it each round? Know where you're at, know your limits. If you're ready to work, let's do some work. All right, in 10, starting with those shoulder presses. 5, 3, 2, 1. We're shoulder pressing. Stay braced, shoulder blades stay back and down. Almost feel like you're drawing power from the floor up through the braced body. Press it up. It's also a technique of bracing. It allows you to transfer power through the body. Think of a rubber band, you pull it tight, you flick it, a lot of energy transfer back and forth. Loose rubber band, you hit it, it just kind of collapses and does nothing. That's like bracing. Stay braced, power through that movement. Good quality. As you get tired, pay attention to that movement. Switch. Bent over rows. Or if you're at home, you're doing those T squeezes. As you're getting tired, you're coming up and up and up more. Keep that position. If you need to lower the weight, lower the weight. Make it good. Quality movements. Goblet squat. Remember, if you need help engaging those glutes, plant those feet, twist them out. Keep those glutes active. Don't let that lower body rest at any point. The top isn't a spot to rest. It's to stay engaged and work through. Good job. RDLs. Again, this is also glute work here. Slight bend in those knees. You can twist those feet out for traction. Engage. Lunges, optional weight. Don't lose that bracing. Up and in and engaged. Where's the weight on those feet? Nice. Animal pose. Woo. Hands, knees, and feet. Shoulder blades back and down, cores up and in. Let's go. If your legs are dying, switch your weight up onto those hands more. If your upper body's dying, shift that weight down a little bit. Don't let those knees cave in. They're staying in line. The hands and feet. Let's go. Boat pose. Low back, hold in. Floor up Stepping in, core strong. Check those shoulder blades backing down. As you get tired, you want to shift forward. Make it easier. Keep them where they need to be. Good job. Last 10 here. Stay with it. 10 seconds. Controlled rolls. Making this roll smooth. Pay attention if you're using any compensations for a movement. Stop. Working on that spinal mobility here. And that control. Really focus on making that roll smooth. Slow it down if you need. Don't lose that bracing. Take a break. You gotta love it breaks on your last lay down and just just stay here for a minute. Woo! 1 round left. 1 round left. Last round, best round. That's right. Know where you're at. What do you need here? How you feeling? Always assess that movement, assess that weight. What do you need for this last round? You just need to make it through it. Keep that tempo as such. If you're feeling good and you want to crush it, pick it up. All right, in 5, 3, 2, 1. We're up, we're moving. Shoulder press. Remember, braced. Power from the floor up through that press. Bent over row. Let's go, y'all. Pay attention to that form. Are you braced? Same speed up, same speed down. Stay with it, stay with it. Into those goblet squats. Good job. Why in the heck would I put my timer over it? It makes no sense whatsoever. Those glutes activated the whole time. When you're up at the top, keep them flexed. RDL. Again, working those glutes here. Shoulder blades backing down. Don't let those shoulder blades release. Lunges. Optional weight here. Where's that weight distribution on that front leg? Is that glute working? Yep. Feel it. Stay braced. Don't lose that bracing. Switch into something. Animal pose. Hands, knees, feet. Shoulder blades locked in and down. We're up. Don't let those knees cave in together. Don't let those feet extend out behind you. Don't round the low back. Stay with it. Less than 10, let's go. Last 5 seconds. Boat pose. 2 left. Time subjective, right? Low back fold in, shoulder blades back and down. That chest is up. Pelvic floor up and in, core engaged. Pay attention, are you shifting your weight to the right? Because you're stronger on the right? Keep it even. Pay attention to that symmetry. Don't round that low back. Almost there, almost there. Controlled rolls. Last movement, y'all. Smooth rolls here, smooth. Make those rolls good. Even if you need to come up, put the feet down, take a second, that's okay. Focus on that roll. I'll stay embraced. Pay attention, are you rolling on the right side because it's stronger? Or the left? We ain't building no asymmetries in this class. Let's go. Stay with it, last 5. Or is it? Time! Nice work, y'all. My peeps at home, I know you killed it. Nice job, dude. Nice work. Great job today. Nice job, dude. Nice work. Nice job today. Oh. We forgot to unlock the door before we shut it. I'll go get the key. Wait, buddy. Ran off. Missed y'all. Nice work today. You got that beautiful after workout glow going on? I know, especially as summertime rolls around, it gets hot in here. I would say, feel like, you know, SEL learns something new every time they build a building. This is the first fitness facility. There's not much air circulation in this thing. Starting to slow that breathing down. Remember, as you breathe in through the nose, breathe that air into that belly. If you want to keep your mat out for stretching, feel free. Start to slow those breaths down. In through the nose, into the belly, and then back out through the mouth. When you're ready, we're going to start with those deep breaths. On your next exhale, we're going to pull the arm across. We're going to keep that shoulder blade back and down, working on stretching that back side of the shoulder, that rear delt, not stretching the back here. You guys want me to start bringing a fan in the room, or you're fine? Yeah? Heaters? I'm not scared. We'll do hot build. That's right. Go and release and switch. I'm not a good judge. I don't mind heat. I can't do cold. Cannot do cold. You can do heat all day. Middle of summer, let's go outside. I'm fine. Wintertime, I'm not going out there. I'm not doing it. Through all these stretches, keeping those breaths, keeping that slight brace position, about a 2 out of 10. Stretching further on those exhales. Go and release. Pull that arm behind. Grab the elbow, hand to the shoulder blades. Stretching that tricep. When you're ready, go and release and stretch. For all these stretches, always pay attention to if one side feels tighter than the other. If you have differences in each left or the right, front or the back. Go and release. We're going to drop those hands back behind the back. Fingertips together, shoulder blades pulled back and down. I'm going to roll that head and neck. And breathe. You find a spot that's really tight. Feel free to stay there. Keeping that position, hands behind the back. We're going to take a wide stance. We're going to drop that chest down towards the ground. Breathe through it. Take your time getting deep into that stretch. Don't round the low back. And once you're ready, go ahead and let that back drop round. We're going to lift those arms, stretching those shoulders, stretching those hamstrings. When you're ready, go and slowly roll yourself, staying braced and strong on the way up. Release up and in on that inhale. On that exhale, coming down into that deep, full floor squat position. Working on keeping those knees in line with those toes. Keeping that low back pulled in as much as you can. Shoulder blades are going to be back and down. That chest is going to be up. If you're at home, we're working on trying to get the heels down. If you can't yet, that's okay. You can be forward, you can be up on the toes, but working to get a little bit deeper into that full sit. You can always have your feet out a little bit wider and a little bit closer together. If you want more inner thigh stretch here, elbows to the inside of the knees, palms together. We're gonna press those palms down, open up those hips. And breathe into the belly. through the nose into the belly. Then exhale that tension out through the mouth. When you're ready, go and release it down into all fours. Going into that puppy pose. So hips staying above those knees, arms stretching out in front. Releasing the back, releasing the lats, dropping that chest down towards the floor. Breathe in through the nose, into that belly and out through the mouth. Feel free every few breaths to make it a deeper breath, a big breath. You feel somewhere that's tense? When you're ready, we're going to bring it up, widening those knees, coming down into that full child's pose position. So hips come back and sit on the heels, down towards the ground. Arms are going to extend out in front. And we're going to walk it over to the left, stretching that right side body. And don't force the stretch, but breathe through it. Walk those hands back to center, over to that opposite side. Go and bring it back to center. Slowly bring yourself back up. We're going to come into that plank position. And bring it knee up and under, that foot across, pushing those hips down into the floor, working on that glute hamstring stretch here. If you're not feeling that glute hip stretch as much as you want, you can always bring this front foot up a little further. Help you to get a little bit more that hip stretch. Try to keep those hips squared. Try to keep that low back pulled in. Don't round that low back. If you find yourself tensing up, relax. Exhale that tension out of the body. Maybe every third, fifth breath, make it a bigger inhale. It can help you feel where you're keeping that tension. And the next exhale that you're ready, you can bring it up. Step that foot back. Bring that opposite knee up under with that foot across. Keep that low back pulled in. Press those hips into the floor. Keep that breathing. And as your body starts to relax, you can bring it down a little bit deeper. If you're holding that tension, let it go. Shoulder blades back and down, neutral position of the low back. It's going to help to press those hips into the floor. Every third or fifth breath, make it a deeper inhale. And exhale it out. Ready to go and slowly just roll over into seated. You don't have to come all the way up. We're going to come down onto our backs here. Pulling that first knee up to either chest or armpit. Play around with the angle of that stretch. See where you need it. We're going to pull that knee across, bring it over to the opposite side, keeping that first side's arm and shoulder down on the ground. That bottom leg is going to be straight, and that knee is rolling over towards the opposite end of the room. A lot of times we can tend not to exhale here and we just hold our breath. Breathe in. Exhale that tension out. Ready, go and slowly bring yourself back to center. Dropping that knee, that leg, bringing the opposite knee up to that chest or armpit. Ready, pull that knee across the opposite side, keeping that original side arm, shoulder down. That bottom leg is staying straight. And breathe. Again, we can tend to hold our breath in this one. Make sure to breathe. Every third or fourth breath is a bigger inhale. Whenever you're ready, go and release it, bring it back to center. If you want to stay and continue to stretch or breathe, feel free to stay in that position. We're going to close down class with those breaths. Nice job today, y'all. If you're with us online, good job today. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe or turn on the notifications if you want notifications through the app of when classes go live so you don't have to search for them. Don't forget your homework as always, good dinner, drink water, at least 6 hours of sleep. Remember, that might be 7 hours in bed, but actually sleeping 6 hours. With that, have a nice night and we'll see you Thursday.